Welcome back. In this lesson, we're examining the novel, Vendor of Sweets. I'll guide you through how to answer the question step by step, based on the marking criteria, so that you can improve your exam results. Question. In The Vendor of Sweets, in spite of his weakness, Jagan attracts our sympathy more than Molly. Support your answer with examples from the text. The answer should include the following: an introduction to the question, the author, and the text is required. Jagan brings up his son alone. He leads a simple life. He can't understand his son well. He tries to relate to his son and his plans. There is a breakdown in communication. He tries to bridge it through grace. He has certain expectations for Molly's, but they don't come true. He struggles to understand Molly. Molly rejects Jagan. He doesn't accept the sweet business but condemns it. He stands against Jagan's leather forming, tanning, activity. Jagan wants Molly to get a university degree. Molly exploits him. He demands money from him. He steals money from Jagan. Molly condemns the culture. Accepts Western things, starts eating beef, brings grace without fathers, will keeps alcohol in his car. The way Molly departs draws our sympathy. Jagan's siblings corner him. Jagan answers in favor of Molly. He sympathizes with Molly. Death of his wife, Ambika. Jagan is too busy to show his love, though he has an immense love for him. Molly is forced to study. He was not properly guided. Question. Analyze with examples from the novel the relationship between Jagan and cousin in The Vendor of Sweets. The answer should include the following: an introduction to the question, the author, and the text is required. Students could describe the two characters very briefly, but a complete character map of them is not required. Points related to the characters that are needed to explain the relationship should be elaborated. Jagan, a traditional Indian, leading sweet vendor in the city of Malgudi. Cousin is the man about town. He claims cousinhood with many people in the town. He is the cousin of Jagan, too. To analyze the relationship, students could make use of these points. The cousin is not related to Jagan. Although he is not blood related, he becomes an inseparable companion to Jagan. Jagan always seeks his consultation, is welcome at any time, and waits for his comments on sweets. He acts as a quality controller for Jagan. Did you try the new sweet the cook experimented? Cousin is a patient listener and always stimulates Jagan to converse, but the relationship is not equally reciprocal. Cousin is a patient listener and always stimulates Jagan to converse, but the relationship is not equally reciprocal. Cousin stimulates talk and becomes a good listener while Jagan continues to talk. Although he acts as a cousin, he is more like a friend, a kind advisor, an effective mediator. Instances that can be cited to support how Jagan seeks advice. When Molly stops schooling, when he plans to go to America, when the fact that Molly and Grace are not married is revealed, when Molly is arrested by the police. He could be considered as an ambassador between Jagan and Molly, more like a bridge between the two poles. Jagan tolerates cousin's behavior. He is allowed to get sweets from the shop. Jagan gets the emotional advantage of the relationship, while cousin gets material advantages. Cousin doesn't pay for the sweets but enjoys them. He sometimes receives money for his service. The total bill being 3 rupees. I'll remember you. Remind me at the shop tomorrow. When Jagan is in any critical situation, cousin is the only one who consoles him. He finds emotional comfort from cousin. You are my savior, I don't know where I should be without you. This quote shows the depth of his relationship with cousin. Jagan is emotionally attached to him. He is dependent on cousin. Jagan trusts him and has confidence in him. The money and the key are finally handed over to the cousin, being the only trustworthy person left for Jagan. Better answers would also argue that cousin is, in a way, shrewd in his dealings with Jagan, doesn't pay for sweets, takes personal advantages, etc. Cousin secretly observes Jagan. He is, at times, critical of Jagan's activities. Jagan should expect others to eat sweets and keep him flourishing. Cousin knows where Jagan keeps cash. Question. The vendor of sweets represents a conflict between two cultures. Discuss with reference to the novel. The answer should include the following: an introduction to the question, the author, and the text is required. Two different cultures can be identified in relation to Jagan and Molly, or in relation to Indian and American cultures, Eastern and Western, represented through Jagan and Molly. Students should also discuss the conflict faced due to the encounter between these two cultures. Marriage customs, relationships, Jagan, Ambika and Molly, Grace, attitude towards business and money matters. Communication gaps, preferred mode of living, attitudes towards religion, attitudes towards technology, attitudes towards family life and children, attitudes towards the role of women. Better answers may also critically evaluate the conflict, moving beyond a mere discussion. Question: the conflict between tradition and modernity is symbolized through the relationship between Jagan and Molly in The Vendor of Sweets. Discuss, referring to the events of the novel. The answer should include the following: an introduction to the question, the author, and the text is required. Jagan, a seller of sweets, traditionally uses traditional ingredients. Molly doesn't like to take over his father's business. He wants to act at once and invest money in a business in large amounts. Jagan, a traditional Indian, follows the principles of Gandhi and is well versed in Hindu literature and cultural practices. Spins clothes for himself using a chakra, a strict vegetarian. Molly breaks away from Indian traditions and goes to America. Appreciates American culture, starts eating beef. Prefers food at his college canteen rather than food made by his father. Jagan thinks marriage is sacred and lifelong. Believes in traditional Hindu marriage rituals. Molly thinks it is a business matter. Molly brings a half-Korean, half-American woman. They are not even married. Grace goes out at night. In Jagan's world, women do not go alone at night. Molly becomes addicted to alcohol and goes to prison. Jagan leaves home finding solace in spiritual practices. Stay ahead in your studies, hit subscribe and keep learning with me.